The Galactic Council was a powerful group of alien races who ruled the galaxy. They controlled entire star systems, and their technology was far beyond anything Earth could even imagine. Representatives from many planets sat in a large room, filled with glowing lights and floating screens. The air buzzed with the sounds of alien voices, each speaking their own strange language, but it was clear they were all here for the same reason: Earth wanted to join the Council. The human ambassador, Captain Sarah Holt, stood nervously in front of them. She knew that the aliens didn't think much of Earth's military strength. The Council members, with their advanced ships and weapons, believed Earth's technology was far too weak to be of any use. Sarah tried to stay calm as she spoke, her voice steady but filled with hope. Earth has much to offer the Council, she began. We've learned many lessons over the years. We've faced our challenges, but we are strong, and we're ready to work with you. The alien leaders exchanged looks of doubt. The Council president, an alien with blue skin and glowing eyes, shook his head and laughed. Humans? You think your ships can compete with ours? Your technology is ancient. Your weapons are pathetic. You're still using basic spacecraft, he said with a dismissive wave of his hand. The room filled with laughter. Some aliens even mocked Earth, calling their ships old and useless. Sarah's face turned red, but she didn't back down. She had to prove them wrong. But deep down, she wondered if she could. As the laughter continued, Sarah's mind raced. She knew that Earth was not like the other worlds in the galaxy. They didn't have the same advanced technology, but they had something special, something the Council didn't understand. Sarah took a deep breath. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. As Sarah walked out of the Galactic Council meeting, she couldn't shake the feeling of humiliation. The aliens had laughed at Earth. They had mocked everything humans had worked so hard for. But deep down, Sarah knew the truth: Earth had a secret, something the Council didn't know about. Something that could change everything. For centuries, humans had forgotten the ancient fleet. The ships had been hidden away, lost to time. Only a few knew of their existence, and even fewer knew where to find them. The fleet wasn't just old, it was powerful. The technology on those ships was beyond anything the galaxy had ever seen. It was the legacy of a long-gone human empire, one that had once ruled the stars. But after their fall, the fleet was abandoned and left to gather dust on forgotten worlds. Now, the time had come to reveal that secret. Sarah's mind raced as she walked to her ship. She had been given the order to bring the fleet back to life. It wasn't just about Earth's survival anymore. It was about showing the galaxy that humans weren't weak. They weren't just a small planet in the corner of the universe. They had the power to fight back. The fleet was hidden on a distant, uncharted planet, one that had been off limits for years. Only a few people knew the coordinates, and Sarah was one of them. She didn't have much time. The Council's words were still fresh in her mind, and she knew they would not give Earth another chance. If they didn't act fast, Earth's future in the galaxy would be sealed, and not in a good way. With a new determination, Sarah boarded her ship. It was time to wake the ancient fleet. Earth's secret weapon was about to be unleashed. And once it was, the galaxy would never look at Earth the same way again. The ancient fleet was more than just a collection of ships, it was Earth's last hope. Sarah sat at the controls of her ship, her heart racing as the coordinates to the hidden planet flashed on the screen. This wasn't just a mission to retrieve old ships. This was the moment that could change everything. As Sarah's ship descended through the atmosphere, she could see the vast landscape below. The planet was covered in thick forests and mountains, untouched by time. Hidden in a valley, far from any eyes, lay the fleet. The ships had been waiting for centuries, their metal hulls covered in dust and vines, their engines silent. But now they were ready. Sarah's hands shook slightly as she landed her ship near the fleet. She stepped out, her boots crunching on the dry earth. The sight of the ancient ships filled her with awe. These ships were massive, far larger than anything Earth had ever built in modern times. Their designs were elegant, with sleek curves and sharp angles, made for power and speed. The technology embedded in these ships was far beyond anything humans could imagine. She motioned for the crew to begin the activation process. They worked quickly, bringing the ancient ships back online. Slowly, the ships began to hum with life. Lights flickered on, engines roared, and the sound of ancient systems coming to life filled the air. Sarah couldn't help but smile. This was Earth's secret, the weapon they had kept hidden for so long. As the fleet came fully online, Sarah sent a message to the Galactic Council. It was time for them to see the truth. She wasn't just going to ask for a seat at the table anymore. She was going to show them that Earth could stand alongside the most powerful races in the galaxy. The fleet was ready, and Earth was no longer weak. The stars above seemed to shine a little brighter that day. Earth's future was about to change forever. The Galactic Council didn't waste time. As soon as Sarah's message arrived, the room filled with tension. The Council's leaders knew that the ancient fleet could change the balance of power in the galaxy. Some were excited, others fearful. But all agreed on one thing: they had to see the fleet in action. The Council demanded a test. They sent a fleet of powerful alien ships to challenge Earth's ancient fleet, wanting to prove that it was nothing more than a relic of the past. Sarah stood on the bridge of her ship, watching as the enemy ships appeared on the horizon. The time for talking was over. "We will show them," Sarah muttered, her hands steady on the controls. The alien ships were fast and heavily armed, but Sarah knew Earth's fleet was different. These ships weren't just made for battle, they were built for survival. The humans had learned over the years that it wasn't just about firepower. It was about strategy, tactics, and the will to win. The battle began with a sudden burst of energy as the enemy ships fired their weapons. Sarah gave the order, and Earth's fleet responded with lightning speed. The ancient ships moved like living creatures, their engines roaring as they dodged and countered the alien fire. Sarah's eyes were focused, watching every move, every attack. The enemy fleet was powerful, but Earth's ships were faster and smarter. One by one, the alien ships were destroyed, their advanced technology no match for the cunning and precision of Earth's fleet. The battle was over in minutes, but the message was clear: Earth was not to be underestimated. When the last alien ship exploded in the distance, Sarah looked up at the Council's holographic screen. Their faces were a mix of shock and awe. The message had been sent. Earth was no longer weak. The galaxy had just learned that humanity had the power to fight and win. The battle was over. The last alien ship had exploded in a fiery blaze, and silence filled the air. Sarah watched as the Galactic Council's holographic screen flickered to life once again. The faces of the Council members were no longer filled with mockery or doubt. Instead, there was a deep sense of respect and fear. The Council President, the same alien who had once laughed at Earth's ships, stared at the image of the ancient fleet in disbelief. His voice was quiet, almost uncertain. "Humans, your fleet is more powerful than we could have imagined. We underestimated you." Sarah stood tall, her eyes fixed on the screen. "We don't want to fight. But we will defend ourselves. And we will protect our place in the galaxy." The Council remained silent, the weight of Earth's victory hanging in the air. For the first time, they realized just how strong humans were. Earth had not only survived on its own, it had thrived. Now, it had the strength to stand side by side with the most powerful races in the galaxy. After a long pause, the Council President spoke again. "Earth has earned its place. You will be welcomed into the Galactic Council not as weaklings, but as equals." A wave of relief washed over Sarah. The future of Earth was no longer uncertain. They had proven their worth. No longer seen as a small, insignificant planet, Earth was now a powerful force in the galaxy, respected and feared by all. As the meeting ended, Sarah looked out at the stars. Earth's future was bright. There would be challenges ahead, but now, humanity had the power to face them. The galaxy had learned a valuable lesson that day: never underestimate the strength of humanity.